Well, I'm down here near the beaver dams and all. Actually, this is a small dam that they built over a spillway. So this was a little, there was a little vernal pool over in here 3 years ago. And I think it was 2 years ago, I used Elon to put in a very small, probably 6 foot wide canal coming right down in here that fed off of the vernal pool here so it could work through. What the beaver did was they opened up a roadway up there to connect a channel to this canal that I put in. And so we're between the second and third beaver pond. So just over here a little ways is the third beaver pond. This is one of the trails, the ways that they work their way out. They've got 3 little channels that they take the trees as they harvest them over here, the trees and the bushes, and they drag them, each one of these trails, over to the third beaver pond dam down below. Inside of these tree tubes are swamp white oaks, and they are leafing out. The water level is a little bit too high for them here. Yeah, this is still leafed out in there. Well, see if I could show you down in there. Don't know if you could see down in there. But the beaver have been working all fall and the spring again, going right to town here. And oh, there's a kite right up there. You can't see it, it's too far away, fishing. I did shoot some video footage of the herons in the rookery up there. But my brother Jim had asked, what's going on with the beaver dams? And I've been down here every few days to lower that beaver dam that they build across the spillway there. And I know some people get really upset when they know that I'm taking it down, the ones that love nature and all. And my goal, of course, is to support nature. But I want to keep them from, if we get a heavy downpour, this whole area here could blow out. So this is a road over here that I haven't used in the last year. They actually dug out my stone wall material that I filled in to build this wall so they could connect this lower beaver pond to this canal system, which they're trying to turn into a beaver pond. And I will dig this out more at some point in time in the future, and let them have one more full beaver pond here. But I'll go over here. The water here, I dumped some stone here to help keep the erosion down. That'll still allow the water to flow through the area. And then I'm just going to widen this road with all the material that I dig out of the beaver pond, out of the beaver dam walls. So this is all that material. So this is the lower beaver pond right here. This is one of the crossings that the beaver go through. All night long they're going up and down. They build their ramps here. Hopefully you can see that. And this is one of the beaver channels here. They keep their their channels open, even out there in the open water of the upper beaver pond. And these are all goose droppings all over in here. I have posted in the past trail camera images, well, videos, short little clips of all the wildlife that go back and forth on some of these roads, as well as the beavers building the dams. So again, this is the lower beaver pond. The third beaver pond is over there. And this is the upper beaver pond here. It's a really nice, beautiful, large pond. So we have cormorants, mergansers, kites, plovers, eagles, bald eagles, Canada geese, mute swans, great blue herons, green herons, red-tailed hawks, all that are supported by this system. And certainly, the rabbits, the coyotes, the raccoons, they're all supported by this whole ecosystem. We don't want to do anything that can damage this system. There's a wood duck there. You can see a little bit more of the third pond down there. But even out here, this isn't deep water. When I shoot the drone videos over it, you could see the channels that the beavers cut through the shallower spots out there. And there's the rookeries way out there. I did shoot some video. I might try to insert some clips at the end of this video, I guess. Or I'll make another video. But the herons, you can see some of their babies in their nests. In some footage you can actually see one of the mothers consuming one of the babies. So if they don't have enough, and there's a whole bunch of rookery nests out there, so if they don't have enough resources to feed the group of babies, and they can have as many as 7 babies, and there's no way they could support all of them, and so the weaker ones tend to pass away. And then mom or dad will consume them. Both mom and dad herons will take turns incubating the eggs and standing guard over them. And I'll try and get some more footage of them. So I use my Canon 80D with a 1:400 and either a 1.5 to a 2x multiplier to get some video footage of them, because they're so darn far away you can barely see them. So my goal down here right now is just to tease off the top of the beaver dam that they built across the spillway. And that way that'll lower this water about six inches, and that'll make it safer for all the trees that are here, and it'll help to protect the roadways. If we get a big downpour, if we get 2 inches of rain, all the area that supplies and it works downhill, it will blow out some of my roads. And every once in a while we'll get a downpour that's, geez, in a couple hours we might get 4 inches of rain, but that's rare. Little beaver engineers are amazing. There are a couple of weak spots in this dam wall, so I want to be really careful not to cause a blowout of this wall. And of course, these dam walls are an entire ecosystem as well. And what do I mean? There's turtles and frogs and amphibians all living in these areas. So I don't want to destroy these areas. the wider that I open up the area so that there isn't so much erosion from a narrow path is really important. A narrow path going across here. So you can see I'm trying to open this up gradually. That will, in a sense, the wider the path going that it's spilling across, the more passive the water is and the less erosive effects there will be. Now this is a thinner spot right down in here. So the wall depth isn't as thick. Now it's sloped on the other side with lots of mud and sand there, but that will erode if I'm not careful. So I just want to be very careful over here. No way I want to destroy this beaver dam at this point when I have to. All right, so that's too much force right there. So I want to distribute the water load. Press this down a little bit more here. So the wider that I can distribute the water flow across this dam surface, the less erosion that there will be. So I've got a little bit of patch material right here. I'm going to push over there. Just to help support this area. All this brush and stick-like material can help to gather as the material flows over and some sediment moves its way through. That'll help some. So this is going pretty well so far. I see there's a turtle right over here, right under the bucket there with some bubbles popping up from where he is. So I'll just spend a couple minutes here adjusting this. So the salamanders, the snakes, the frogs, right now the toads aren't in there, but they'll be there soon. Just trying to prevent a blowout. So I'll come down here later on today and see how well this is doing. See, the frogs are all coming up from this area. So here we are. You can see the other side of the spillway here, and so we try to keep the spillway nice and wide to pacify the water as it makes its way through, and that allows the water to make its way, and it'll go right up down these contour paths. So it's about, I think, yeah, there's a couple frogs that are trying to make their way back up. So this is good. Maybe just a little bit more here. The beaver will have this all fixed up right tomorrow. Tonight they will, rather. So how often do I have to do this? It depends on the time of year, but sometimes within 48 hours I've got to do this again, depending on how much rain we're actually getting and all. Now a lot of the times I'm just pushing back, so as I mentioned, where the bucket is now, it just slopes back gradually. They work their way up and bring the mud and pack it in amongst all of the brush there, and they are just amazing as far as how they construct these sites. I bet we're down 1.5 inches to maybe 2 inches so far with all that water that's moving there. So spring is, usually we have tremendous amounts of snow that's melting, all this ice and snow melting, and then we get all the spring rains. And but this year the amount of snow, similar to last year, is much less. Yeah, it's probably down about 1.5 inches to 2 inches so far. I have all the little features, the stones that are over there, how much is visible that I can see, and of course how much water is making its way across here. You can see the beaver actually made a small little patch right there where I had put in the drainage stone. So the drainage stone is right there. So as I'm picking rocks, I bring them down here and put them in different locations. This area here was all blown out this spring twice. So as I was removing a lot of earth and soil, I packed all new material in here and patched this up. But there's not enough rock in it, unfortunately. And the ash tree that I took down, I think 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, the root ball is right there. I just got it upside down there. And this is just to sure up in case we have any major rainfalls and I'm laid up for some reason, just so we don't lose any big roads. Caspian tern out there I can see in the distance in the upper pond. Catching some of these birds in video is pretty challenging. I'd have to cast it. Yep, I can see them flying around right now. They're quite the spectacle to watch. Was a spot that started to blow out. It was last fall, so last time I was over here doing this. And I had to patch this whole area here. There's a nuthatch right down there. Probably can't see him. But they asked me to pick up because the beaver, sometimes they bring the logs from the other areas over here and they just can't get them up over this. It's about a 6-foot height that they've got to get the logs up here. You can see they trimmed this log here last year, and they climb up this bank to the upper Beaver Pond here and try to bring these logs up here. So we took a ride this morning. Thea said, well, why don't you get the logs up there for the beavers? So I said, okay. I think that's the last one. They ended up getting the rest of them up here. There's a small one over there. Can you see him right there? Here he comes. It's a Caspian tern right there. Oh, dang it. Well, I don't see the tern right now. A lot of activity out there, way out there. The herons are all worked up today. And some of these limbs just blow across here when we get the high windstorms. They just blow right up on the roadway here from the pond. And what the beaver do is they'll take these, take some little bushes and all, pack them in there, and then pack mud, and that wood is going to be just more habitat for the critters. The mullein, because this is all stone wall that I used to make this roadway, and some of the gravel from one of the hoo culture pits that I put on top of it. So the mullein is a very good, is an excellent indicator of really poor quality soil, and they really change the quality of the soil a lot. Toilet paper right there, all that mullein. Those leaves are very soft. People use the flowers, beautiful yellow flowers, for earaches and all. Lots of interesting medicinal plants around us here. Really blessed to live in this place. Okay, so I'm going up to the wood yard now. I have some work to do up there, and I think that takes care of this video. I hope you all stay safe and take good care of yourselves, folks. Enjoy each and every day. Bye-bye now.